Hello, let's do a bunch of word games, and we're going to start with the daily Dordle. So let's start with stare, just to see what happens if we do a good start. All right, not too bad. So I think I just want more letters. So what's a good one to do? How about pound? Stare and pound is pretty good. All right. Not as much info as I was hoping, but this left word is pretty interesting. I feel like it's probably, I don't know, I'm coming up with like A-N-G-E or something like that. But I don't know what it would start with. Mange is a word. We could give that a try. Oh, a bunch of yellows. The G is yellow, which is interesting. So I guess it starts with A, then it's followed up by an N, then it's followed up by an E, and then there's by a G, and then there's an E there. Angle. Nice, okay. That was completely forced, other than the L, of course. That L is now placed here, and it ends in A, so I think it's something like O-L-A? What would that be? It could be viola. Nice, an angle viola. Okay, well, let's move on to the Quordle, and we will start with angle viola. This bottom left word is interesting because we have the N placed, so it's N and then probably A something E. So what goes before that N? It could be snake, snare. I think those are the two options I can think of. I don't think Snape is a word. Snape is a name from Harry Potter. Yeah, I like snake. I like snare. That's about it. So I can't guess that yet because it's two options. I think this is probably L-E-A. I could do leafy and see if that places the L-E-A. The other option's a complete filler, but I'm going to go for leafy and see what happens. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, so that didn't tell us much of anything. So I think it's something L-E-A, maybe clear. Let's give that a shot. Ooh, so close. C-L-E-A, cleat? Cleat is possible. I don't think cleat is a word, it's not. Yeah, let's do cleat. Okay. I think we're still in good shape. We now have N-A-E placed, and we know there's an R, so I think it is snare. Nice. Okay, what are we doing with these words? T-R. But there's an O, but not in the middle, so maybe not. It could, it can't be Taurus anymore because there's no S. How about this top one? We need vowels, and the only vowel available is a U. So it's got to be C, maybe it could be C. Yeah, C-H-U-N-K, chunk. I like chunk. Nice, okay. So there's a U also. Taurus is looking really good, but it can't be Taurus. If it was T-R, we wouldn't be able to put a vowel at all. The O and U aren't in the middle. So that's not going to happen. What if it was like R-O-T-U? No, that doesn't look good. Or the R is near the front. I guess it would be T-O-R-U, like Taurus, or T-U-R-O. Oh, turbo. We had turbo not too long ago in one of these puzzles, and I struggled a lot with it. Let's try turbo. Nice, it is turbo. Again. All right. Cleat, chunk, snare, turbo. Very nice. Let's move on to the daily Polygonle here. Number 200. Wow. Congratulations to Polygonle for 200 puzzles. All right, today's an 8-letter word. The first and last letter repeat, and then these two letters repeat, and these two letters repeat. That's awesome. I'm going to try ing to start with, although I'm doubting that that's what it is, but yeah, like what would go here? It doesn't make much sense, does it? Getatting. Givaving. I don't know. That's probably not it. I think starting and ending with S would make a lot of sense, and then we could do an E here. So maybe it's like ENS or something like that, or ERS. But what would this be? Like cellulars, cellulars. This is so hard to think about. Sick. Yeah, I don't know. I can look at ES maybe, or ED or ER. Maybe an N there then? Snatins. What if I did something like this? See, okay, yeah. I think that this can't be two vowels because, like, if this was EA, then this would have to be AE. I don't think it can be two vowels like that because one of them gets swapped, which is very interesting. So I'm thinking about like REER. I think that makes a lot of sense. And so then maybe, I don't know if T would make sense. Maybe D? Or maybe I don't think about this letter yet. Maybe we think about what goes here. Revert is a word, but how about fur? I wanted to do like fervent or something, but no, that just doesn't work at all. All right, I'm gonna have to do a filler because I cannot think of anything. Unfortunate. Number 200, I don't get a hexpert solve, but that's okay. We are going to do machined and see what that. Maybe I'll do machines. But then robustly isn't as good. Let's do machined. Let's not change the formula now. All right, I'm gonna have to do robustly now. There isn't an A or an E, which explains why I couldn't figure that out. There's a Y, it's not at the end. Okay, there is an S, so I think we probably start and begin with S. And then SN would make sense. Oh, no, actually, N can't go there. SM then. And then we need to repeat the vowel. The only vowel we have, we gotta repeat, so that makes sense. What the heck? Smogomies or something. Oh no, I need an N. I think I have all the letters. Smonomies. Clearly. O doesn't go second. Could the O really legitimately go anywhere else? I don't think so. I mean, unless it's a Y, but... Okay, let's think about this some more. So I really do think O is going to go here because we're going to need multiple vowels, so it's going to repeat. But if it wasn't here, it can't be in the red one because of the yellow. And so it would have to go beginning and end, and that doesn't help. So I think putting O's here makes sense, unless it's Y. But I'm going to discount Y for now. N doesn't repeat here. O doesn't repeat here. Could it be a Y? Doesn't seem right. If it's not a Y, then it's the M or the S. So maybe it's the S? But then what goes before an S? Nothing. Not an N, not a Y, and it can't be the M or the Y either. So what goes here? It's not the M or the Y, and if we're putting the O here, it's not the O. S or N are the only things that make sense. And honestly, S, since this can't be a vowel, I think we have to do S. What if this was Y, though? Synonyms. Wow. Okay. There is only one O. Synonyms. Wow, that's cool. That is a tough word. Good luck to the hexpert people, I guess. I wonder what else works. Let me know if you found other words that worked for that pattern. I'm very interested. All right, let's move on to the Wordle Peaks here. So I'm going to do synod because that's kind of similar to the Polygonle answer. All right, so what are we getting here? Unfortunately, the Y is blue, but we kind of expected that. These two are pretty restricted, all things considered. So maybe I will do something central here, like a T, and then an ER or something like that. That seems okay. So OER, like, I don't know, motor with an O, but this could be ITER. Can I do like, I can do leader. There we go. Okay. So this is before E. That's interesting. So, and this is between D and R. Let's go central again. Let's end in L. Can I end in double L? No, of course. I can't end in double L. So I'd end in AL, which I guess is okay. Interesting. Maybe VAL? Let's look at what else we've got. F, R. That doesn't make sense. I need a vowel here. F, O. Dowel is with an E. Maybe not ending in L. Let's see. What can I even make with these letters? Vowel. This has to be an A. I guess I could do FOU and then do something else here, like C. Can I end in CK? So like, what would end in CK? I'd have to do UCK. Like cluck? Can I do cluck? I can do cluck. Oh, very close. Okay. CH then? Crutch is not spelled that way. Maybe CE would make more sense. Ooh, what? This is weird, isn't it? Like, I think CRU makes the most sense to me. I don't think anything else even makes sense. So CRU, C, Crucci, none of these work. E, F, G, H, I, oops, I, J. So I got something wrong. I put an R here, right? Maybe it's C, no, it can't be C-U-U. C-O-U, couch. Oh my gosh. It was so obvious. It took me forever. All right. Let's move on to the Warmle. Let's forget that Wordle Peaks happened. All right, so we have the T and the S, or the T and the B here, yellow already. So I would like to start with a Q or a W. Can I do QU? I can. And then I can end in E or A. I think quake might be good. Yep. All right, so it starts with R or S. The reason I did Q is because it eliminated the ones over here. So we could do SH maybe? No, we can't. Let's do SE. Actually, we should look at what these can be. Ends in C or D. I like ND. So what are we actually doing here? END? IND? It doesn't seem to help. I can't do ST. Maybe it doesn't end in ND then. ID? RE remid. It's not a word. Can I end in C? It would still have to be IC. I can't do runic. It's tempting to do runic even though it can't be, just to test some of these other letters. But I feel like I'm very close to having the answer here. So let's start over. So could it end in LD? Is that a thing? SO soiled without it. Without an E. Oh, does Sonic work? Sonic works. It's not even Sonic. Okay. SOID, solid. Okay. There we go. Now let's do the super Warmle here. Let's start with T then. T, R, does R work? No. Let's do TH. Does think work? Thing works. Ooh, I got the N correct. That's handy. And this is forced to be an S. So, and we know it's not SH now. That's actually kind of nice. What goes after this N? Maybe a T. Can I do scent? I can do scent. Ooh, very close. Scant. Nice. That was nice and quick. Now we will do the super Warmle plus. I think we want to try to end in ER here. I think I could do an OER word. So we could do like toner. Okay. The E is correct. unsurprising. How do we want to do this? Let's put a T here. Can I do T E? I could do a D. Actually, I kind of want to do puree. I think that works. That can be R, U, P. Yep. This can be an E. Okay. The R was close, so that's going to be an S. Maybe risen? Okay, got the SE right. That's not surprising though. So this is a different vowel. It could be an E. I think that's the only other vowel other than Y it could be. Can't be reset. Could it be a Y? I'm not sure what else it would be. I mean, I like reset other than this can't be R. So what else? Okay, if this was SEY, what would we do? I think a say is an AY. Yeah. What is this word? Oh, can I do asset? Okay, it does end in SET. This is a B. Beset. Okay. I didn't think about beset. There we go. I seem to get this on the last guess a lot. Every time? Have I gotten it sooner? I don't remember. All right, let's do the daily symbol. We are on the daily. As always, let's start with blaze. All right, so could the BA be in place? It could, or it could be something like L and then E. Let's test the BA in place. I think we should be able to think about something like brack. Okay. As expected, it is not the BA in place. So what's going on here? So I used the B and the A. So if yellow heart is yellow, then this has to be a B because it's the only letter that's the same between the two guesses. And then I'd probably start with an L. So I'd do L, but then I need an R. I need a C or a K second. Okay, so I think orange circle is the yellow. So we start with R, C, or K. And then second, we have, let's see, fourth, we would have an A. Okay, so second would probably be an E. So it would probably be something like R, E, and then the middle letter is something new, and then an A, and then the last letter would be an L, renal. Nice. Got it in 3. Very cool. 569, nice. And our 3s are at 122 now. Let's see if we can get those closer to the 5. All right, let's move on to the Fibble. Vinyl. Ooh, how am I going to modify vinyl? That's not an easy one to modify. What do we think is lying here? The green Y is almost certainly the lie. So let's just go off that and let's continue from there. So there's probably no Y or it's yellow, but I guess we could test Y at the end. So I could do something like INY. Is that something easy to do? Seems like it ought to be. Shiny. Okay. So what did we learn? All right, so I think this Y is not lying. I think this N is not lying. At the very least, there is an N. This I think this H is probably lying. So I think we're something like something NI maybe? But we can't put an S before the N, so maybe not. Maybe the N would go at the end. What goes between the I and the N though? That's a bit difficult, isn't it? I could do thing. I could try thing. Because if this N were lying, then I have the H and the I green. And T and G are new, so it could easily be thing. Okay, what did we learn? There's a lie between these two. So H is correct. There's a line between these two. So actually all of these are correct. Wow. I think it's just think. Nice. Good answer. Got it in 4 too. All right, that's pretty cool. I like that we were able to identify the lie in the starter, so we didn't have to do a test against that. Honestly, like shiny was possible, thing was possible, think was possible. This was a good solve. All right. Let's finish up with the Fusele and the blind Fusele, starting with the Fusele. If we're starting with blue tiles, we'll use think because we're allowed to. All right, so we have a blue N here. So this is actually a T, H, I, or K here. So let's test a T in that spot. I could also include the H, I, and K if I really want to know what goes there, but I think for now, let's assume it's the T. And what do we want to end with? Maybe an E. So the route would work. Let's try route. Okay, I was wrong about the T, so it's a different letter. There's an E in the word, but not at the end. So this letter is going to be an H, an I, or a K. I should probably test the I here. And then what would it end with? We'd have an E maybe there. What would be a good... What letter do I even want to test? I don't get much info from this. There'd be no T. There's no T in the word. There's no R in the word. I don't like this at all. What if it's not an I? What if it's an H somehow? Or a K even? Could we do CKY? That could be... We'd have to put an E here. It kind of falls apart unless Pecky is a word. Pecky is a word. I don't know if it would be on the list, but let's just see what this gives us. The P and the K are the only thing tested. All right, it's not a K there. So it's either an H or an I. We don't know if the E goes here or not. Okay, if this was E, if there was an H, maybe we could put an E here? No. I mean, we could do ECH, but what goes after that? Again, we don't know if this is a Y, though. We know there's no K. It's actually good to know. I don't know if I like this. So maybe HY makes sense, like SHY? ESHY? Meshy. Let's try that. All right. So what do we believe? Okay. If the H weren't lie, if the H wasn't the lie, wait, what am I thinking? The H could easily be the lie and we'd be EHY, because we were kind of thinking that anyway. The other option is the H isn't the lie, in which case I have to put an I here, in which case the Y would have to be the lie. Right, so all of these are true, because if these were the lies over here, then this isn't T, K, or H, so it has to be an I. And if the Y isn't the lie, then I'd end in IY, and I just don't know any words that end in IY. So either we're EHY, like this, or we're EI and then something at the end, without an S or an M in the word. And I still haven't thought of a word that does this, so I'm going to keep looking at EHY here. Actually, we can just test that now, because we're not allowed to do a real word anyway. So let's test IY, I guess, and let's test some good letters, like, I don't even know, C, L. Let's get the A in there for some reason. Okay, so it is EI and there's an L in the word. What does the L do? I should have tested the L in one of these spots. I didn't think about it. I really thought the I was going to be false. Where does the L go? I'm honestly tempted to do something like livid. Oh no, not livid. Civil? No, that's no good either. I was trying to think of a way to get L into the first and last spots, just so I know where the L goes. Because we're only going to get greens from this, unless I can think of the word. I'm not going to get much info from it. Can it be ELI something? Could end in IL? Could even start with L? See, that's the problem. I don't know what... Like, I can think of, like... Okay, we know there's no S. We know there's no S. Even though it's not on the keyboard still. This S, we know the lie was the Y. So we know there's no H, S, or M in the word. Does that help? We already had devil, didn't we? Maybe devil was the blind Fusele? Wow. Devil again. Okay. Why not? Maybe the blind Fusele was devil last time. That's crazy that we already got a repeat word in Fusele on day 24. All right. Well, let's do the blind Fusele. Oh, we only get greens. So let's do melee and see if we can catch an E. We did not catch an E, which means either there's no E or the E is first or third. So that's all we learned. There's no M or L in those spots. We have to repeat a letter now. So what if I do every, just to test those other two spots for the E? I have to repeat something anyway. All right, there's no E in the word. We're sure of it. There is a V and an R, though. I would totally do raven, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So if I do raven, I can at least test those two spots for the letters. We know there's no E, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get the answer on 3. Am I? No, I'm not even going to try. All right, we placed the V. This R is going to be wrong. Okay, well, we just have to come up with something like charm. Let's just do it. Yikes. Okay, so now we're going to get symbol clues. We know there's an A. The V is placed. The R is not going to be next to the V, so I think we end in VAR. Or at least V something R with the vowel here. Because this could be the A. Does that help? Like, we're not ER. We tested everywhere for E. Literally. It could be, oh, I was going to say valor, but no way. Favor? Close. Oh, and I can't guess the real word now, so what could it be? Waver. Let's do R first for raver, if in case that's a word. Waver. Caver. Laver. I don't know. None of these are words, but I think it's going to be waver, maybe? I don't know if that's OR. I don't know what else. Savor. Okay, it's savor. Okay, great. I got it on the last class, on the last clue. But to be fair, I couldn't get the answer here. But I probably would have, I don't know. If waver was a word, I probably would have guessed that. I'm not sure if waver is a word still. All right, cool. Well, that was a fun set of puzzles today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then why not leave a like and subscribe and leave a nice comment below.